All right, so now let's get into the second part, and it is the truth about some streamers and content creators, myself included. In this part, there are going to be people who get offended, but just understand two things. One, I'm guilty of a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about, at least either in the past or as recently as last week. And two, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. I am not trying to attack anybody. I'm not trying to be malicious with anything I say. There's just criticisms of things that I've seen, not just in like the communities that I'm in, but just streamers as a whole. Like, because even I've complained in the past about like growth and whatnot, how I'm not growing and shit. But then I've had conversations with people, and then it's like, all right, well, I just have to do this, and then if I like, I just have to improve on a lot of shit. Like, that's completely fine. But I've even had conversations with people who were complaining that they're not getting the viewers that like other streamers are getting, or like content creators are getting, and whatever. And I come up with a little bit of a list. I mean, I think this is a list that is pretty fair for the most part. I think this definitely will help a lot of people out if they are actually willing to listen to these criticisms and not getting their feelings about it. Because I feel like a lot of the time, myself included, again, this is another, Caz is holding himself accountable type shit. So let's get into the first point. So for one, some of us are just way too complacent with doing the same shit over and over again, to the point where you're just too scared to take a risk because you've gone to the well so many times and it's worked out for you so many times. And you're worried, I'm gonna lose viewership if I play this game, or if I do this, or make this type of content. Me personally, last year, the COVID season in the NFL, I got criticized because I decided to start making content basically about the Tennessee Titans plus like the NFL as a whole. And it's like, okay, fair enough. I think it's a fair criticism to say that I gave up on it too quickly. I think that is a completely fair criticism. But it's like that criticism came from people who were just doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different result. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't want to take the risk that I took. But now, because I went back on it a little too early, now that's a criticism that's used against me. And again, it's a fair criticism, 100%. But, at least I tried, bro. Like, at least I showed that I'm not afraid to step into a different niche, step into a different comfort zone, as I'm doing right now. So yeah, it's a risk to step outside of your comfort zone, step outside of like the content that you have put out before, and try something new. But the way I see it, bro, the change that you're too afraid to make could potentially change things for you for the better. Like, it could improve your content. You can still do the same things like a little bit less, and like do like the new thing that you're trying like a little bit more, and it could change everything for you in the best way possible. So it's like, my thing is, if y'all don't want to get like pigeonholed into like a single type of content, don't be afraid to try different shit. Play different games, try different forms of content, start a podcast, start doing like live or like post-com videos. If you're doing like post-coms, try doing some live com videos. Try different things, bro. Experiment. Like, don't be so worried about a damn algorithm or whatever. Don't be so worried about losing viewership that you're too scared to like try something else. That's like what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm not trying to, like, again, this is not malicious. This is just like, things that I've observed and things I'm trying to like, encourage you guys to like try out. Take it from me. For a good amount of time, I was playing nothing but NCAA 14. I know a lot of other people who have done it, and a lot of people who are still doing it because it gets them the viewers, because they get like, a certain amount of viewership or whatnot. And because like, it was fun for a while, but it's like, you can tell with some people, they're just getting completely burned out of the game. And it's just like playing one game or like just doing one form of content just down the line. That's going to burn you out so quickly, bro. It's going to burn you out just as much as, or even more than, just focusing on too many of them. Find a balance between like, 2 or 3 games that you play in a rotation. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm playing Madden 06, I'm playing NCAA 06, and now I'm playing Blitz the League as well. Once I beat Blitz the League, we're going to play some NFL Street 2, or I'm going to take Lucky's advice and play NBA Street Volume 2, because I haven't played that game in so long. I got to get me a copy and get that. I feel like that's going to be lit too, bro. So just don't be afraid to switch up things from time to time, okay? Like, that's all I'm trying to say. So now point number 2, like, this is going to hit a lot of people's nerves. Like, y'all gonna get mad at me for this one, but all some of you do outside of streaming is just promote your streams and your content. You don't do anything else. You don't like show any kind of personality outside of like streaming and whatnot. All you do is just like, you go on Twitter, you like, you know, talk about your content or whatever, which is, I'm not saying that's a bad thing inherently. I'm not saying that's like inherently a bad thing at all, but it's like, when all you do is like post a stream link or like, you know, talk about this or like tag people and whatnot, you're not gonna grow off that, bro. First and foremost, like going into another streamer's stream and like trying to network with them and basically just leading off with talking about your stream is just not a good look at all. You know, you're not trying to have a conversation about anything but like what happens on your stream or whatever. I've seen people do it. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus or not like that, but there are like a particular few people that I see doing that all the time, and I'm just like, you know, they're wondering why they're not getting growth or whatever. Well, that's why, because you're so hell-bent on growing that you decide that, hey, let me just talk about my stream instead of like actually like engaging with this streamer and engaging with like, you know, their community and seeing like, oh, well, you know, I actually want to get to know this person. Like, no, like, if you're just going to talk about your stream, like, you know, it's like, that's not networking, bro. Then tweeting your stream link or information about your stream, like, and just like tagging a bunch of people in it without them giving you the okay to do so, also is going to alienate people from actually going to your stream. Personally, if somebody tags me in something that I didn't give them the green light to do, I'm not going to their stream, period. Because I'm just like, I'm not saying that it's not okay to talk about your stream ever, but if that's all you do in somebody else's stream, then that's a problem in and of itself. But let me get back on it. But yeah, like just tagging people on Twitter or like any other social media without them giving you the green light to do so, just talking about your stream, is also a good look. Because if somebody does that to me, that makes me not want to go to their stream. Also, I didn't think I'd have to say this in 2022, but I think since I've come to YouTube, this has really just been like a crazy thing that I've re-experienced. Follow for follow is not, has never been, and will never be a real way of growing your stream. That is unless like you're on Twitch or like Trovo or something like that, where getting a certain amount of viewers will help you like get affiliate or get to like the next level on Trovo or whatever. I can see how that works, but even then, that's just not real growth. Like, you're not really like getting people to come into your streams. You're getting them to drop you a follow, and then most of the time they ain't never gonna come back. So that follow for follow shit just doesn't work, bro. Period. Like, you know, you gotta grow, like, you gotta get to know people, and you gotta grow organically instead of just like depending on follow for follow, you know what I'm saying? And then the last thing on this part is, if you guys don't show like any bit of personality anywhere, and you're just posting stream links, you're just talking about your stream, this, that, and the third, that's all you do, why am I or anybody, like, why would I want to come to your stream? Why would anybody want to come to your stream if that's all you're gonna do? Chase just said it perfectly. You got to be personable outside of streams, bro. You can't just post your link all day and like post this, that, and the third and expect people to want to come to your streams, bro. You got to actually like have conversations about different things you're interested in and whatnot, and then people will see like, hey, this dude's interested in like wrestling or something like that. Maybe I'll come to his stream sometime, even if he's not playing a wrestling game, just because he seems, you know, it's another wrestling fan or something like that. I think Chase and I like both agree that's like, you know, something that could happen for sure. We're both wrestling fans. I know like there are other people in here, Lucky as well, we're wrestling fans as well. But I mean, like, you know, that's a common ground, or it's like, you know, somebody's interested in D&D. Like, I feel like that's how, like, you know, me and D's became like good friends and whatnot, aside from just being in the same community. if you want to grow, you got to do more than just stream and just promote your content. You got to show some personality. You got, like, that's in stream and out of stream. You got to have, like, you know, and everybody, you don't have to be like the most energetic motherfucker out there. There are plenty of what we call cozy streamers who are like, you know, just laid back. They don't talk like very loud. They talk like this or whatever, which is completely fine. That's what I do half the time. You can be like the streamer who's just laid back, and there is a market for that. There are people who actually prefer that over the, oh yeah, let's go, like those streamers, you know what I'm saying? Now this one's really gonna piss people off, but I gotta say it. And maybe people feel that way about me as well, but I'm gonna have to say it, bro. Some of y'all just aren't entertaining. And there are some people who probably don't think that I'm entertaining, and they're completely valid in thinking that. Because not everybody's for everybody. But it's like, there are just some people, and let me get into it a little bit more. Because I don't mean that in like a mean-spirited or like, you know, malicious way. But there are just some streamers. Here's what they do, bro. Here's what they do. Oh hey, eat that sandwich 995. How's it going? Oh man. Oh man. That's literally what some streamers do, bro. Like, they literally just start, and I'm gonna give, like, that's word to Terrible Gaming 123, by the way, because he's the one who, like, he posted that before, like, back in the day. So I'm just like, kind of like, you know, I gotta give him credit because somebody tried to bite him not too long ago, and I'm gonna give him credit for like kind of inspiring that little thing. But that's real though. There are legitimately streamers who do that shit, who just sit here, don't react to the game at all, and they're quiet for like a long period of time. Now, I know there are some streamers who like do like these streamer tips or whatever, and they say that you have to talk all the time. No, the fuck you don't have to talk the entire time, just aimlessly. But at least like show some kind of like, you know, entertainment, bro. At least show some kind of personality. That goes back to the personality thing. Show some kind of fucking personality, bro. All of us have it in us, bro. I mean, there might be some people who don't, but it's like, all of us have it in us to be like entertainers, like to some extent. You don't have to be like super high energy either. Like you can be a cozy streamer and like still talk at least somewhat about like what's going on in the game, what's going on in your day, what your plans for the weekend are. Just start conversations with people in the stream when they come in, bro. But like just sitting here like a freaking stone, like just sitting here just stone face playing a game, bro. Like, who the fuck, like, no one's gonna want to watch that, bro. And that's just me being real. Like, that's not me trying to be mean to anybody. That's just, you know, being real. So it's like, talk about what's going on in the game. Talk about different topics that are like out there and things that you're interested in. Just be who you are, bro. It's not like, you know, I get social anxiety 100% because I get it before I go live. I get it in person and whatnot. But it's just like, you're going live to like, you know, have fun. So show that you're having fun. Talk about what's going on in the game. Talk about what's going on in your life and everything, bro. Like, there are different ways you can be entertaining, bro. Like, even my big ass, like, you know, I'll run out of breath real quick. Like, I'm not going to talk the entire stream, but it's like, I'm going to talk for the most part. You know, and there are some streams where I don't talk a ton, but it's like, I'm still like talking. I'm still interacting as soon as I see somebody come into the chat or whatever. I'm still going to ask them, how is your day going? What you got planned for the day and whatnot. Like, that's what being an entertainer is, bro. At the end of the day, that's what a streamer is. Like, we're entertainers for the most part. So again, I know somebody's going to get in their bag about me saying that. I know somebody's going to get in their feelings. It is what, like, it's like, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it and fix it, bro. Or like, just don't complain about not getting growth. All right. And then the last point that I'm going to make is some people are just way too dependent on getting shouted out or rated. I mean, this is mainly like a Twitch thing, but there are so many people in here who I've had conversations with who don't stream on Twitch anymore. You know, I mean, my boy Akitac who's in here, he streams on YouTube and Trovo. My boy Disparity who was in here earlier, he streams on YouTube now. Like, these are guys I've, like, you know, I've had a lot of conversations with as far as like, you know, Twitch. And it's like, if y'all want to stream on Twitch, that's completely fine, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here like, you know, yuck y'all yums. I'm gonna still like come through to your streams and support y'all. Y'all already know. But y'all gotta understand that Twitch's discoverability is fucking garbage. It is absolute trash. It's gotten better. I think it's fair to say that it's gotten better since like they first started, and since like they, you know, they keep improving it. But it's like they don't have an algorithm really. I mean, they have like the little streamers you might be interested in thing, but it's like that's not enough of like an algorithm to like really be sustainable to where like, you know, being like just being out there just to get a raid or a shout out is like, you know, gonna do much. And it's just like, it's just not a dependable way of growing your stream, bro. And it's like, realistically, I'm not telling people that you shouldn't do shout outs. I think shout outs are definitely dope, and it's like you should shout out all the streamers that you enjoy. But I would say realistically, shout outs like really just don't do anything anymore. It's like, because really realistically, very few people ever follow anybody about like when like they get shouted out. I've been in so many streams, like, and this, like, I've been to a lot of streams where, like, you know, there are shout outs and whatnot, and very seldom have I gotten, like, you know, followers off it. I would say more times than not, I don't get followers out of it, which is completely fine. And I'm not even saying no, don't shout anybody out. Shout your people out, bro. Straight up. You know, you see your boy coming, oh, I see St. Breezes come in. Hey, go follow my boy St. Breezes on Twitch, bro. He's one of the most lit NCAA streamers out there. Or go follow my boy FG. FG is somebody I've known for such a long time. Like, such a long time. Go drop him a follow. FG is good peoples. He streams, like, you know, a lot. He streams like 4 or 5 days a week or whatever. Or 6, I think. No, 4 or 5 days a week for the most part. Go show FG some love. Go show Vita Productions some love. Go show Akitech. Like, obviously, like, you know, you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to shout my people out straight up when they come in. But I think what you got to understand, especially on Twitch, bro, there ain't no handouts, period. There are no handouts when it comes to like this content creation in general. Like, either you got to learn how to be entertaining and put out the necessary steps beyond streaming in order to like grow your stream, or you just got to accept the fact that you're not going to grow. Like, and that's like really the bottom line of it. You got to either just like put the work in, put the steps in, or you're just not going to grow. So it's like, what you can do instead of like trying to depend on getting shouted out or rated, spend some of the time that you spend streaming on working on content for other platforms. Even if it's just like clips that you post on like YouTube as like YouTube shorts, or like things you post on Instagram or TikTok or however, although I personally don't fuck with TikTok no more, but that's a whole nother story. But there are plenty of different platforms you can post content on that will funnel people into your stream. I think FG is a good example. Like, FG, he streams a good amount, but he still goes out of his way to like, post a lot of clips on his YouTube page. Disparity is another great example, like where he'll stream he streams like 2 or 3 days a week, but then it's like he has other content for you to watch while he's not streaming. There are plenty of like really good examples, but just trying to depend on like, you know, getting rated or getting a shout out from somebody is just not going to grow you, bro. It's just not going to grow your stream. Some people are really, really hard to watch. Like, sometimes I wonder if they watch their stuff back and realize they aren't entertaining. I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't watch their stuff back, and that's kind of the issue, bro. You gotta watch. Like, I know I hate hearing my own voice, and like as somebody who's been streaming mainly for the past 2 or 3 years, somebody who's done like YouTube content as early as like 2010, and then I took like a long ass break from it, and then I came back in like 2017. Like, I hate hearing the sound of my own voice. As somebody who's made music for much of, basically more than half my life, give or take, I hate hearing my own voice. But sometimes you got to listen to it to see like what you got to suck it up, and you got to listen to it, see what you can improve on.